You're listening to the KATcast, a weekly podcast from the staff you love to listen to each weekday on 94.3 Cat Country. Killian Hart and Jordan J. Now, here they are, talking about life, love, and everything mid-Missouri.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. It's another edition of the KATcast. I'm Erin Hart, along with Jordan J. and Kevin Hilly. This week, talking about kids. What you all wish you would have known before you had kids.
Stuff people never told us, all right?
I don't have a lot
Bottom line.
to say in this one, just because I have dogs.
She has a furry kid.
You have dogs, but still,
there's
there's probably things that you learned about dogs that you're like, you didn't know. Like when you're,
Like the next time I'm going to adopt a really old one. No more puppies.
I'd say puppies are probably very energetic.
You have no idea.
They are.
Kids really don't come with a rule book, though. I'll say that.
No, it's true. And all the things that you thought before. Here's what's funny. Whenever people don't have kids and they see parents with kids, they all seem to have advice.
Yeah.
That's
I don't have advice.
The worst thing you can do, because it's like, oh, well, if you only did this, I go, you don't know what's going on here, okay?
Yeah.
So you are in no position to school me, all right? With
no doubt, especially if they don't have kids. I was just saying.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I mean, even if they have kids, sometimes your situation is unique, maybe. But
Okay, well, as somebody who doesn't have kids, no, I don't go around offering my advice because obviously I don't know what I'm talking about.
unsolicited.
But, I am the one that I'll be looking at people with kids and I'm either like, missed the boat, wish it would have happened for me, or other times I'm like, he made the right decision.
Dodged the bullet on that one.
I mean, it could go either way.
No, they really don't. They don't make a rule book for it. When I first became a dad, it's, they don't explain like everything that's going to happen to you in the hospital, everything that you're going to witness in the hospital, like the stuff that happens, like, like, for example, not to get too graphic, but like the first diaper change that you go through, they do not tell you, and I will reveal the secrets. Okay, anyone out there, so that they are fully aware.
Please do
what they're getting into. No, it is like tar. It is not like a normal bowel movement.
Black, yeah.
It is like black, sticky tar.
Yep.
It's unlike anything you have ever seen in your life, and you're like, that came out of a baby.
And Kevin's going, that's just Thursday night.
And then they give you a little pack of wipes like it's the hospital. Like, there's only 15 in here. And you're like, I'm going to need more than 15.
I'm going to need 50.
I've said it before, but, all three of our kids who are now all adults were adopted, 6, 8, and 10 years old. So I didn't have, my wife nor myself had experience with babies until the grandkids came along. Mm-hmm. So I changed my oldest grandson's diaper for the first time, and all I remember is peeling the diaper away and going, ah! That's what it was like. And that is an exact representation of what happened. It was insane, man.
Well, I don't have a story like that, but today when I went to go let the kids out to potty, I did have to take a washcloth to Magnus's paw after he took a giant dump and then stepped in it.
That reminds me. I just got back from vacation, right?
Kid.
Yeah, so we had to pick up my sister's dog, and family friend was watching him. And he went to the bathroom, and of course, he's a longer-haired dash hound, so it was kind of stuck to his rear end a little bit. Yeah. And my sister was like, wrapped him up in a blanket. She goes, I couldn't get it, so I just wrapped him up in a blanket. We'll get it later. Yeah. I'll rub him in the grass.
This will be waiting for me later. Yeah. Why is it so many things about kids and dogs all come down to poop? You ever notice that?
I know, it does, doesn't it? It does.
It does.
It's like the world circles around that.
But then, here I'm just wiping off his paw pad, like the size of his paw, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, in between the paw pad. Oh, yeah, I had to get in there, and he's all wriggling. And I'm like, dude, you did this to yourself. Just give me 30 seconds. This is going to be way better.
One of them, I'm not sure which dog it was. I think it was probably Hamlet or Min Dachshund. But I went into the bathroom the other day, and on the rug in front of the toilet, there's a fully formed poop, and then there's one that's sort of mashed down. And I immediately looked at my shoes. Please don't let it be me. Please don't let it be. I look, I go, oh, good. It wasn't. But then I realized there's a paw print inside. So whoever had done it stepped in it, okay?
And then they jumped up on the beds and furniture.
Fortunately, it picked up off the rug fine. I was able to flush. But you know what I mean? It's like, ugh.
No, I get it. No, it's and you know, and it's not just that too. It's not just like the bathroom stuff too. It's like everything else. Like, you know, you bring home a brand new baby. It's funny. The hospital kind of just hands you here you go.
And you're like, what am I supposed to do with this?
No instruction book, man. Here you go. This is it.
But it is great though. Like, to be honest, and a lot of people like, you know, worry that they're not going to get a whole lot of sleep. That's all babies do. Like when they're first born, they sleep like
it's like 18 hours a day or something like that.
18 hours a day.
Yeah.
All they do is sleep.
That's
true.
true.
You make sure you poke them to make sure they're awake. You know what I mean?
But then you also, when you have a baby that age in your house, everything has to be quiet.
Yeah,
don't make any noise.
That is true, though.
And that's the mother saying, don't you make any noise.
Don't make noise.
You're finally asleep. So I will murder you.
I had, you know, we get Magnus home. I mean, this puppy, he's a German Shepherd mix, or a German Shepherd. So Gemma's the mix. But he's got so much energy about him.
Yeah.
So I'm reading all these blogs. I'm like, he's got to take a nap at some point, right? He's got to sleep. Please, he's got to sleep. And they say, puppies this age, you know, and at that point he was 8 weeks, sleep anywhere from 18 to 20 hours. And I'm like, when?
Wow. When do they do that?
He never sleeps.
This is
He's
golden.
always up.
How do I kick that part in? You know?
And to this day, he's 7.5 months old. He rarely naps. Rarely. And
Really?
at night, it takes him forever to wind down to finally go to sleep.
See, knock on wood, my kids have been great. Like, so, like honestly, they sleep through the night. They never, like, were super colicky.
I'll trade you 2 kids for a puppy.
I know.
Okay.
I was like, I kind of think we lucked out, my wife and I did. But, you know, because you hear some of these horror stories, and it's like, I never was like that. Like, every once in a while, you know, they'll wake up or whatever, and you have kind of a longer night with them. But, like, for the most part, man, the kids are great. They just sleep all through the night.
Mm-hmm. When my oldest grandson, when we would have him over, and he was like, you know, not even a year old, and we wanted him to go to sleep. You know, we had to swaddle him, and we learned how to swaddle and everything like that. Okay, but then we also discovered a song. Billy Joel has one called Sleep My Angel or Sleep Little Angel or something like that he wrote for his daughter, Alexa.
Was that kind of like Samuel Jackson's?
No, it's very different than Samuel L. Jackson, Go the Blank to Sleep. No, it's not that at all. But the thing is, I found that he would fall asleep after we played it through, like 2, 3, maybe like by the 4th time, he's like, okay, this is great. The problem was, I'd be playing it, he's still awake, and I'm going,
You're falling asleep too.
I gotta stay awake. Because Billy Joel, you're putting me to sleep, dude. I love this. So.
And by the 4th time, poor Billy Joel was tired too.
That's like my daughter. Like she loved to rock. That's how she got to sleep. She'd rock to sleep. You know, my son, he never really did that too much. Like he would, but he kind of just fell asleep really well.
Yeah.
No, not my daughter. She wanted to rock every single night. That's how she went to bed. But I get to the point where, like, she becomes a nice furnace. She's all nestled up on you. You're sitting there rocking for a while. And the next thing I know, I'm like, 1:50 a.m.
How did that?
It was just 9. You know what I mean? Like, I fell asleep with her in a chair. And I'm like, they put her in a crib.
I've somehow disrupted the time-space continuum. How did that happen?
And then you're like, I've slept my whole night away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, Gemma, who's our Great Pyrenees Anatolian Shepherd mix, she'll come and she'll lay on my legs as I'm reading, and I'll find myself nodding off. And it's all because of like the warmth. Like she's got so much fur. It's like laying a fur coat over your lap.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome, though. That's awesome.
See, that's an advantage you don't get with kids.
That is true.
Yes.
Like, kids are generally not that warm like that. You know, when you get a dog.
I'm trying to remember. There's a stuff that we used to use too when the kids would get like fussy or like, you know, they had hiccups. It's like, what was it called?
Was it the gripe water?
It's gripe water. That's it.
I was gonna say
my friends have
no gripe water. It's like Mommy Bliss. That's the brand we use. But like gripe water stuff, it works insanely well.
What's
it's magic.
Gripe.
Gripe
I'd like
water.
to order some extra gripe, please.
The tears of children.
These tears were imported from children in other countries.
No, it's I can't remember exactly what all's in there. It's water mostly, but then it's like a couple of different. I can't remember what it exactly is.
How long would it take to bottle
Some kind of
tears?
oil
Can you
or
imagine a
something
whole
like that.
bottle of tears? How long would that
How long would
take?
it
Has
take?
anybody ever done that
I guess
experiment?
it
I don't
depends on
know.
how mean you are to me.
But I kid you not, like magic, this stuff gets rid of hiccups instantaneously.
Really?
Oh, then you and I need this.
Instantaneously.
Oh, yeah,
Like the
yeah,
kids,
forget it.
they'll be hiccuping. You give them this little, just in the mouth, and all of a sudden, gone.
Wow.
Instant, like just like a snap, man. It's crazy. I don't know how it works, but it does.
What's it called? Grape tears?
Great, no,
Gripe
water.
You're
It's
the
called
one who came
gripe
up with
water.
tears.
See, now I'm focused on tears. I really
Yes,
want
you are.
This is an experiment
Great
I want to do
tears.
now, you know? Oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, that was fantastic for hiccups and for any kind of fussiness was great.
How about that? All right.
I'm fascinated by that.
Yeah. What about you, Kevin? Do you have any?
Wait a minute. I'm going to get some for Kevin next time he's fussy.
I would like to try that.
I'm going to give him a dropper.
I'm feeling funny.
Did you have any tips and tricks when your children were kind of growing up?
You know what? Our biggest thing was like, see, we grew up. The kids grew up in Columbia, and we had this house on a cul-de-sac. A lot of neighbors. We knew all the neighbors, and what was nice was, even if we didn't know necessarily what was going on, the neighbors knew what was going on,
Yeah.
and we all reported to each other. Oh, I saw your son. Oh, really? Thank you very much. You know.
Oh, yes.
There was one kid. All the kids. For a long story, but all the kids were grounded because they had all gotten together to do this one thing together. So the whole neighborhood was grounded.
What they do?
They all snuck out at night together, and they didn't get permission for that. So, you drive around the neighborhood, it's completely empty. All the kids are in the house. Except one day my wife drives by and she notices Jared outside his house. And she drives by in her van. She goes, Jared, does your mom know you're out here? Oh, yeah. She goes, okay. She drives around the block. She goes back past Jared's house. He's not out front anymore. He's in the house.
Jared knew it was just a matter of time before Donovan took the phone. Beep, pop, beep, pop, beep, pop. Hello, Jared's mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jared's mom has got it going on.
He immediately knew. He goes, I need to get back inside right now.
I'm telling you.
Before
Yeah.
more adults see me.
Exactly.
Well, we'd love to know your experiences with kids.
Yes.
If you want to share with us, it's catcountry@mailzimmer.com. Mm-hmm. And if you got a funny kid story or pets,
Yeah.
for that matter, you know,
I'll finish it off with one more.
whatever
I
you
got
got.
one
Yeah,
more
please do.
story.
By the way, just so you know, my recording is down to like minimal amounts.
Okay.
on my
I'll make it
phone.
quick.
So-
I'll make it
your
quick. I'll
problem.
make it quick.
So you guys may end up doing this podcast alone. Just so you know, if I suddenly disappear, you know what happened. Okay.
No, but so real quick. No, my son. Another potty story I have. First bath. Okay, this is like we had no idea. It's our first child. No idea what we were doing. So we're like, let's do this in the sink.
Yeah, I know. That's
I'm
what
also
you
used to
do.
do that, yeah.
Too
That's what you
tiny
do.
for the actual like little children
The
bath
little
like
bath,
that.
yeah, I know what you
like
mean.
it's like a whale bath that we
Yeah.
had or whatever. Anyway, so we're my wife, she's holding him, we're bathing him, and as soon as the water hits him, starts peeing
That's it, man.
everywhere.
Here.
And she's holding him. She's like,
It's
I
like
don't
a-
know what to do.
it's like a geyser.
He's
I'm telling
peeing
you.
all over the walls.
It's
He's
Old
peeing all over
Faithful.
our knives and everything else. It's
The worst. You ain't
The
lived till
knives
you've been,
were never the same.
It was like a sprinkler.
you ain't lived till you've been peed on by a 2-month-old, or something. I'm telling you.
But yes, so just know that if you're having children, you're going to have a lot of fun stories to tell.
and bodily fluids on you.
That's right.
And lots of get used to that. That
Yeah.
happens quite often.
So there you go. So we left with some fun and disturbing thoughts to wrap up this CATcast. Thanks for being a part of it.
You've been listening to the KATcast, your weekly dose of fun from the staff you know and love on 94.3 Cat Country. Click subscribe and never miss an episode. Share it on social media and tell your friends with 94.3 Cat Country.